Hello. Okay, hi all. I hope everybody can see me. I hope everything is okay with you. My apologies. I had some connectivity issues. Hi, Fabio. Hello. Today we are going to talk about collections. So we had this webinar before, but I understand that collections are slightly complicated for our users. That's why I decided to have another webinar about collections and to talk to all of you, of course. So it's always a pleasure. Hi, Dwayne. Hi, Paula. It's Sergey. Bogdan is our host by default inside Luma, and yeah, don't pay attention to it. Hello, Monica. Likewise, it's amazing to have you today with us. Okay. Yeah. So I believe we are ready to start. Everybody who are also interested in, they will be able to watch the record afterwards. And I believe it's time to go ahead. As I mentioned, we will talk about collections once again, because that's super straightforward to all of our users. That's why I decided to have another webinar about collections, something like that. And yeah. And today we'll talk about collections in general. What are they? Where to find them? How to use them? We will also talk about combination between our creative pages with styles and collections. And we will talk about system collections, something like that. Where to find them as well, because they are slightly hidden, my apologies. And yeah, that's our overview for today. And I believe we are ready. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate, just ask. So yeah, hello Stephanie. Hello. Yeah. So let's go. I will share my screen with xTiles. Yep. Yes, I hope everybody can see it. I'll make it slightly bigger. Yes, and let's go. So we can create a project, and let's talk about collections. So to find collections, you need to create a new page, and inside you will have plenty of options what to use inside. So basically, blank page, we also call it as creative page, is our page with styles. So it's like the feature that set us apart from different tools, and we call it as a creative page. But we also have documents, and we have collections. So collections, well, in here we have different views for collections. We have a gallery view, board, table, calendar, and a timeline. So basically, all of them are collections. All 5 of them. We have a form option, which I will discuss further. But let's start with the table, because it's the most common for everybody who uses tasks. Oh, my apologies. Not tasks, but collections. Hello, Willow. It's amazing to have you today. Hi, George. Oops. I hope everything is okay now. There might be some issues with my connection, but I believe everything will be okay. Okay, so let's go next. We have collections, and as I mentioned, we already created a new table, a new collection with a table view. But basically, you can have more views inside the collection. So as you can see, we created a new table, but over here we have a table view. We can have more views, and we have pre-made items inside. So let's go step by step, and to start with different views and maybe some of the settings we have. So let's have some items like item 1, item 2, item 3. And we can have different columns. And different columns, usually we say that there are different properties. So to create a new column, we need to press plus. And inside you can choose different columns, different options what to have inside each of the column. So now we have multi-select. I can see it because of the icon, but I will pay attention a bit more about each of these properties. Now, I just want to double check is everything okay with connection, because somebody says that I was frozen. I don't know. I hope you can see me and hear as well. So yeah, let's go back and to talk about our different kind of properties. So the first one is text. It's just a simple text that you can put some content in, and it will be like that. You can also use Command Enter or Shift Enter to have multiple lines inside. And you can also customize to see all the content by row height. So you can go to Well, my apologies. I have some issues with power supply, sorry. Sorry. Yes, I'm back. My apologies. Yeah. Hi, Stacy. Thank you all for the feedback. My apologies. Not the best experience today, but let's go next. Yes, so we've been trying to create a collection and to edit different properties. I was trying to delete everything that we don't need to have by inside the first square, I don't know, something like that. So I was talking about different properties. So with the plus, you can create different properties. The first one was text, and inside the text column or a text cell, you can have different, just basically a text. But let's go next. The next one is number. Obviously, it's about, yeah, it's about different numbers, and you can have some basic math functions like sum, or maybe to find the minimum, maximum, average, whatever. And you can go to and start to work with selects, and selects and multi-selects are amazing because because let's check it out. You can have pre-made options. So for example, if you use like a collection for something like tasks or whatever, it's not something I do like, but let's imagine that they are more than like tasks, but with more options like I know, in progress, to do, completed, and so on. So we have to do, and as you can see, anytime we click on the cell, we already have a pre-made option. We can also have in progress, for example, and let's have completed. So yeah. Yeah, I'm back. By the way, Stacy, thank you so much for your email. Everything's okay now, and I hope everything will be okay. But we will definitely have another webinar with you. And let me check it. I can zoom in a bit. Yeah, so anytime you create a new item, for example, item 4, you click on the cell over here, and you already have a couple of options you can choose, or you can create a new one. And you can also customize them, because as you know, xTiles is about customization, it's about different colors. And anytime if you want to choose an order, for example, you can do it. Or you can also choose a different color for different options inside the select. But that's not it. I also like using selects for the number of reasons that I will show you next. And let's have another option for archive. But we also have a multi-select. Multi-select it works almost the same as it works with select. Sorry, I have a dog. And you can have multiple of options. So for example, it could be related to, let's say, home, I don't know, something kitchen. Another item can be related to work. Something can be related to family, to home. And let's imagine that the last one can be, I don't know, just related to work again. So you can choose pre-made options, and you can choose not only one but multiple ones. That's the main difference. And the best part of using selects, multi-selects, that you can create different views by using them. Hello to Papi, thank you, Willow. Sorry, it's a mess today, I don't know. But let's go next. We have a date. I believe it's amazing for social media. If you have a social media calendar, you need to plan something, you need to see it visually. So it's amazing to have like due dates, or just dates for reminders, or to have a range for dates for different items. So for example, you can have not only a due date, but you can also toggle end date, and you will have a range of dates. So for example, it will be this item number 4 started by, I don't know, tomorrow, and will be ended by the end of the month, for example. And as you can see, it's a range of dates. Let's go next. Next one's super simple. You can use person. It was created before our tasks collection that I will be talking next. You can choose different responsible for this kind of item, because for example, we use our collections for product planning. So we have something, some of the features, maybe some activities, and it's like it's big item. It's not just a task that you can complete, because we have a lot of stuff inside the item. That's why we have like owner of the tasks, of the feature, or whatever, something like that. So it's great to have it for collaboration with somebody else. And let's imagine that it's me and one of my teammates is responsible, or could be responsible for different items, or we can both be responsible for different items. Let's go next. Next one is checkbox. Super straightforward. You can easily check that you need. The next one is URL. You can paste a link that you need to have inside your collection, and yeah. Okay. The next one is about file. So you can upload not only file, but a lot of them. So you press add file, you can choose anything you want, and you can use multiple. You can upload multiple files inside one row, let's say. And you can go to and create image just to slightly customize your collection. So for example, we can have different images inside, and it will also be very visually appealing in different views, not only inside a table view, because table view is slightly boring, to be honest. So the next parts are slightly more complicated to understand, but for everybody who understands Notion or similar tools knows that they are founded with databases. So you need to be database addicted, and they have this, like approach to have different databases in different places, and you can connect them. Well, it's nice, but not for everybody, I believe. So let's have another collection just for me to show you what you can have. And let's I don't know, imagine it will be just a new table one. And you can have a relation. You can choose a new table one, and you can create another column and what it will look like. So for example, we have different items, but let's create at least one, let's say company one, whatever. And we can connect each of the cells with company one, for example, or we can create company two. And when we go back to new table one, we will see that it's already there. And the best part of connecting everything, because recently I saw one of our users, she was like, she creates a lot of collections, and she has a lot of relations between different places, because it was about actors, I believe. And she has another database for countries, one database for different kind of, I don't know, directors, I believe. And that's how she can connect different movies by countries, by directors, by actors, and somehow it's like a mix of a lot of data, let's say. But the best part, let's say, we have a company one, company two, and we also can have, let's imagine just maybe a text field with some content. And let's have details over here, details to whatever. And when we connect tables by relation, we can also use an option to use rollups. So to use a rollup, it's like an automation. So when you connect one collection with another one by certain property, by default it will be a name, so it will be like the main one. You can connect and automate some of the contents that will be taken from second collection to the first one. So for example, we can choose new table one again, and we can choose another property. We can choose text, it's like a second property inside the new table one, and we can use create. And as you can see, this content was connected automatically. So anytime we use, for example, or we can relate to company one, these details will be connected automatically. That's how relations, rollups work. I had some example last webinar when we've been talking about customers and their companies as two different collections. So for example, you can have your CRM with all of your customers, and you can relate them to each of the companies. And that's how you will have a separate database, a separate collection for companies, separate collection for your customers. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of a lot of options. But let's go next. Next ones are location, created time, and created by. These columns, these properties, they will be created automatically. But I mean that content inside will be created automatically. You cannot change it, obviously, because now created time, as you can see, and created by, everything was created by me, of course. And these columns are perfect for our system collections. And they are also amazing when you collaborate with somebody else, because you can see who has created this item, when it was created, and so on, so on, so on. So this is the very basic of the different options what you have, what you can have inside the collection. But pay attention to the next that I want to say about customization, because it's super boring to see, to look at this collection. It's not super motivating, at least for me, I'll be honest with you. But you can customize it, as I mentioned. You can choose different colors for columns. So, for example, you can click on select, for example. You can also rename it, for example, for status. And you can also choose different colors. For example, for status, so blue one is nice, I believe. You can use gray one for dates, and so on. And you can also use it not only vertically, but horizontally as well, if it makes sense. So you can click on 6 dots and next to, like, near the number of the item. Well, it's 8 dots, I believe. And you can choose a color over here as well. So as you can see, it will be a color for a row, a color for column as well. But you can automate it. Because we have statuses, you can go to different options over here. So let's start with the first one. The first one is about row height. So if you have a lot of content, like we have over here inside this text column, we can choose medium, tall, or extra tall to take all the content that should be in, to see it much more visually. And for example, for images, it will be also slightly more visually appealing. And also pay attention that you can drag and drop each of the columns. So you can simply click on image, for example, and you can move it to the left. So the column name isn't necessary to have as the first one. Yes, this is the main one. It should be inside each of the collections. You cannot delete it, you cannot change its type. So it is like the main column by default, let's say. But as I mentioned, you can automate different colors for different rows. So you can create, you can click on this, I don't know, bucket or whatever. And we have two options over here. You can color for each item, each row manually, like we did, or we can assign by property. What does it mean? We can click on and we can choose select. It only works by select, because inside the select we can have only one option, and with the color of this option it will be 0. So for example, we have the red color for in progress, and we can click on status and we will have much more colorful collection, I believe. Much more visually appealing. Amazing, Fabio. You need to. I will refer your video inside our description, but you can also share a link to your video because they are super helpful. Thank you so much. So yeah, we have a collection, but that's not it, of course, because we have plenty of more features. Let's go to properties. As the next one, and we can turn off everything that looks something that we do not like, or we can easily rearrange everything. So for example, we've been talking about image, so I can drag and drop everything much more easier, I believe, and it will be working like that. And but the best, like the most important idea behind moving everything, it's not about moving everything up like from left to right, is just to turn off. So you have the, like the data inside, but you can turn off everything that you do not need to look at. So for example, if I do not have anything super important that I want to check, I can have this small collection and I do not need to go to the right to see all the content inside. The next thing that we can also use sorting and filtering options like you do in Google Sheets, in Excel, something like that. So for example, you can sort the collection by different properties. So for example, we have a date, and we can sort it by a date. So it can be like from A to Z, like in our case from 1 to 9, or vice versa. And we can also use filtering options. So for example, if I want to find something, or if I want to have only some specific status, and to see all the items by this status, I can have like this, and it will work. But the best part that I can have different views inside one collection. So what do I mean? But before that, I also want to share one important feature called well, expand. But basically, you can see this open button, and anytime you click on, you will see all the properties that you have, even your hidden ones. So you have some of the properties like URLs created by time and so on, but you can see everything over here. And the best part that we constantly use in our particular case when we plan some features to release, because it's a big progress, it's a big process and a lot of progress to be made. So we use different tasks over here, like let's say, I don't know, do it, let's say for today. We can use different tasks and all the kind of content that you can do, that you can work with inside the creative page. So you can work with tasks, bookmarks, images, files, URLs. So you can embed the spreadsheet or a Figma prototype or a mockup, I don't know. So almost the same like a tile, and you can have all the content you would like. And also you can work with nested items, so you can expand even one block, and you can have more content over here. But the best part, when you have some let's say some content underneath, it will show you that you have some content. So as you can see, you have like a small icon next to item 1 name, which authenticates that you have something inside. So you do not, sometimes when you have thousands of rows of items, and if you put something in, it was a struggle to find it. But now it's like in front of you. So if you have something inside, you will have this icon that identifies that you have something inside. Super, I don't know, convenient. At least we are super happy to have this feature finally. Yes, I will tell about this. So creating different views is amazing, simply amazing. Yeah, different views. Yeah, I remember, Monica, about your case. So yeah, let's go next. We've been talking about filtering options, and of course we have this gear icon for settings. And inside we have plenty of options. We can change a layout, so you can choose different options how to represent the information you already have. So you can change a view, but we'll talk about that. We can also work with properties. We can adjust row height, and something that I strongly recommend to everybody to use row numbering, because in this case, of course, I understand it's only 4 items inside, but when you have a lot of items, you need just to understand how much do you have. And of course, we have just slight customizations that you can hide all the header icons inside this main, like a title head row, I don't know. But I personally like all the icons. And one of the another amazing features that I personally like is that you can group the content inside by select. So what do I mean? You can use group by select, and you will have something like that. In my opinion, that's amazing, because you can have all the content separated. It's like a table inside a table, and so on, but visual one. And you can create more items right away. For example, item 5 will be over here with another image, I believe, and maybe with another number inside. And as you can see, you can have a sum by select. And of course, you can regroup by simply clicking on status and to use ungroup option, or you can use group by this property again. And I believe we can hide this column because we already have status to do, in progress, and so on inside, which I believe amazing. I personally really like to use this kind of approach. And something else that I want to share is that you can easily change the name of the view. So for example, you can click once, so you can use rename, and you can say all items, and it will be, everything will be inside. Okay, couple of questions, so let's go to the comment section. Yes, Marcelo, hi, by the way, thank you for your feedback. Yes, Fabio, don't forget to share a link to the video. Amazing question, Stacy. Where the task itself? I will show it. Row number for larger, yes, for larger tables to use row number is must have. Fabio is always, he's like a pro user, I believe, like all of you. Thank you. Another amazing question: how to rearrange the group orders? Amazing question. So you can do the next. Of course, there are a lot of options how you can do it. You can simply open any kind of items. You can go to select and you can rearrange everything over here. So for example, we can rearrange it here, and it should work. Yes, when we refresh the page, it will work. The other option may be slightly more straightforward, I believe. Let's get our select property back, status of course, and we can arrange it over here, and it will be like that. Yeah, so that's how it easily rearrange everything. And yeah, let's go next. The next big thing, something that I personally really enjoy, is that you can have different views. So for example, let's start from a board. No, let's start from a gallery. So basically, it's the same content represented in a different way. And inside, because we have a lot of properties that we can turn off, because I believe they are a bit messy. We can have a date, we can have a status, and that's it. So the same information, but visually organized. And you can create more items inside, you can arrange them like you want, and it will work. It's also amazing for social media, I believe. But inside the gallery view, you can have one more option to have a cart width. So basically, it means that you can have big items, or you can have like really little ones, small ones, I believe. Another view, and maybe it's the best view. It's a Kanban board that everybody knows about because of the Trello. We can create different boards by different selects. So basically, we have a select, we have a multi-select, we have a person that like a multi-select but you can choose different responsible ones, and you can use it by relations again as well. So let's create a board by status. And as you can see, you have all of your statuses and all of the items. You can rearrange everything. So we have a to-do, we have in progress, completed, and archive. And you can simply work with this data. It's not only about how to look at it, it's about how to work with it as well. So you can rearrange everything to in progress, let's say, but let's have at least one completed item. And when you go back to table view, you will see that everything was changed over here as well. In my opinion, not all the people, they like to work with tables. They are super boring and most of the cases. But of course, when we have a table like this, it works like much more visually appealing. But still, many people like to drag and drop everything inside xTiles and with items inside the collection as well. So you can do the same. And of course, you can turn off everything that you do not need to have, like different properties that can create another noise, let's say, and you can simply use just left only the name of the items inside. Um, need to click from, jump from one place to another. Yeah, Fabio, thank you so much for your help. And let's talk about a couple of more views. We have a calendar view that we can use by date. We already have. So for dates, we have, as you can see, we have different dates, and we also have tasks inside. So Stacy, answering your question, you can find a task over here, but that's not the best approach, of course. And because we have created a lot of properties, our collections are super big and not super visually appealing, but you can turn everything that you not need to have, and you will have something more visually appealing. And by the way, keep in mind that you can highlight any item inside a calendar view, use these three dots over here, and to use different colors over here as well. So, or you can use, like right mouse button to have different views over here as well. So just a bit more visually appealing, I believe. And let's also create another timeline. Basically, it's like a Gantt chart. And you can also customize everything. Even if you have a due date, it's like only one date, you can expand it to have a date range over here. And you can also customize it like you want with different colors. And I don't know, I believe it's much easier to understand and just to play with it. Because, for example, if you have, and by the way, you can have colors by property, so in our case by status. When you complete a task and when you see all of the items inside this timeline as green ones, you just feel yourself much more satisfied, I believe, because everything is done. So yeah, let's go back to the comment section. We can have yes, we can have just yes, we can have a collection that is not a table. So what do I mean? We can go to our table view, and what we can do is to delete it. So let's see what happens next. We deleted and deleted it, and we have a gallery view, a Kanban board, we have a calendar view, we have a timeline. As you can see, all the data remains over here. You will delete everything only if you delete the collection itself. So let's go back to the table view, and as you can see, everything is still here. So it's not necessary to have a like a table view. It's just I believe like a very first square where you can start with. So yeah. Can you have more than one type in a collection? Of course, they are different views. So like we have in our particular case, we have a gallery view, we have a board by status, calendar by date, timeline by date, and so on. And amazing feature, for example, you have a table, and you want this table be filtered by one of your employees. For example, if you have a VA or if you have a lot of teammates, I don't know, you can choose, for example, like in our case, person, and like my teammate, and I will see only items that are related to my teammate and maybe myself in this case. So for example, items for Daniel, I don't know. And we can create another table, and we can sort this table by another filter. For example, another table view can be related on only, for example, in my case, only for me. So items for Serhi. And as you can see, both of these tables are slightly separated. Maybe they have something in common, but still they are filtered. And it is something that we do in our case, of course. We have a big collection with all the features we plan to release, like a lot. And we have our project managers that work with all the features, and we have different kinds of xTiles, let's say, just to test it before releasing it. So he can say this is like stage 1, another one is stage 2, and he has a separate view inside the collection with all the items related to him. Because we also have designers that design, prototype some of the features, so they have a separate board for themselves as well. So yeah. Yes, Willow, thank you. That's actually true. Amazing feedback. I love. Thank you, Jenna and Hai. Thank you so much for sharing this, because we have a lot of templates, and I want to say that we have a template, social media calendar template, which is amazing. For everybody who has social media, strongly recommend. Yes, Willow, absolutely correct. And if you do not need to have it, you can simply delete it, and that's it. Yeah, but let's talk about not the last view that I didn't mention. It calls a form. It is slightly more complicated to understand, but the main idea is, to use it like you use Google Forms. So, but in our case, it could be even better. So, for example, you have a CRM, or you have some kind of event, and you have attendees, names, last names, maybe status of the, I don't know, booking ticket, I don't know, something like that, doesn't matter. And maybe some of the people, they start to sign up by themselves, and when you share this form, they can sign all the information by themselves, and you do not need to put all the data in. So let's imagine you have a form, let's say a sign up form, whatever. And we do not need to have all of the data inside. We can adjust everything by ourselves later. So, for example, all what do we need to have inside is simply a name and let's say a date. For example, if you are a coach that coach people with some tools, maybe business, whatever, and they want to sign up for one-to-one with you, you can say like, please share your email, your name, and maybe a date when you want to have this meeting or whatever. So we need to get rid of everything that we do not need to have inside, like images, files, URLs. Maybe you can leave a URL for LinkedIn profile. Why not? We can get rid of checkboxes. We can have text, number, and a date. So as you can see, we got rid of everything, and next we can customize it. So I will be talking quite fast because forms is not the best part inside xTiles, but still you can use it. So you can preview form when you click over here, and you will see exactly the same as everybody else will see it, and they will be able to use it even if they do not have xTiles account. Keep this in mind. So you can share this form with everyone you want to, and the best part is that all the content will be inside xTiles automatically. So let's say let's ask about last name required, or not the last, let's say first name. Over here we can change text to email, for example, required again. Number, I don't know, phone number, let's say, which will be not necessary, and the date of a meeting, when they want to have a meeting, for example. And we can also customize thank you, like over here. We can add some emoji, for example, like this one. Let's preview form. Let's put some content inside, like say, hey, my email, xtiles.app, my phone number. Let's imagine something like that. And date of meeting, let's say for tomorrow, and submit. And it worked. So let's go back to the table view, for example. So as you can see, we have all the items we have created, and we have the item that was entered by somebody else. And you can adjust all of this data next. So you can say it's something that I need to do. It is related to my work. Maybe my teammate will be responsible for it, and so on. So basically, that's how you can connect a lot of data, even external data, with xTiles. Yeah, you can add, maybe it's not your own logo, but you can add your own logo in the header. So for example, you can take a photo or something like that, or you can change emoji, for example. Yeah. And let's go next. So of course, that's not it. We have a lot of stuff inside collections, but something that I want also to share with you is how to connect your collections with your creative pages. So for example, you have some content, and let's say it will be item number 6, if I remember correctly, and you can have some data inside. As I mentioned, you can connect creative page and a collection, and there are a couple of ways how to do it. The first way is to connect the whole tile to the collection. So you can go to settings of the tile, you can use add to collection and to add it to new table over here. And when we go to the new table, of course, we will not see all the properties. We need to add all of them manually, but you will see that you have some content inside. So you open and you will see everything over here. And by the way, content from a collection, you can edit everything. You can go back and you will see that you have a content from a collection over here as well. And you can easily say that this tile connected to collection because you can see the name of collection over here. And always keep in mind that it's super easy to understand that you have a collection inside a project because we have this diamond icon over here, because for documents and for creative pages we have only names and that's it. And by the way, keep in mind that our heading or title, it will be the name of the item inside the collection. But you can also work with simple blocks. So for example, we can have item 7 and you can move, like add to collection even a block. So for example, we can add this block. You can see new table. You can go over here and you will see that you have item 7 over here as well. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of time left, so let's talk faster about our system collections. So to find our system collections, you need to go to this arrow over here by the end of the tabs, I believe. And when you click, you will find a couple of system tabs. Let's check tasks and library. So tasks collection is, I believe, powerful, especially when you have a lot of pages inside the project. All of the tasks, even inside collections, inside, like basically from everywhere on the level of the projects, everything will be connected and collected to this tasks collection. And you can adjust everything like you do inside the simple collection. You can add more properties and so on. But as you can see, you can find, you can understand from what place this task is, and you can click on and you will dive into the collection itself, but in future, when you click a location, you will dive inside the item, inside the collection. And we also have a library collection, which works like the same. It takes all of the images, all of these kind of resources to this library collection, almost the same. For now, it works only with creative pages, so you can upload some image. You can go to library, and this image will be over here. So for now, it takes everything from creative pages, but not from the collections, because take resources from collections to another collection. Maybe it sounds a bit complicating, but still, it is an option to work with. Yes, thank you, Willow, for your feedback. And yeah, something like that. By showcasing everything and showcasing our collections, our system collections, just wanted to let you know that xTiles, it's much bigger than you think it is. But because today I have a lot of amazing attendees that I know everybody in person almost, at least like in way. But still, keep in mind maybe some of the users are new ones. The xTiles is not only about tiles, about widgets, images. We have quite powerful features inside. Yeah. Yeah, Marcelo, it's something super important that you mentioned that yes, collections, they are like you can use it for your work and to store a lot of content and to have a quick access to it. So I believe it's big. Yeah, it is a bit underrated because still we have a lot of work to do with tasks. Let's go back. Yeah. Some of the questions. Yes, library collection in my planner is amazing because it takes all of your, like links that you had and something like that automatically. Yeah. So, for example, you have some articles that you want to read later, or maybe some video to watch later, and you need to paste this link to some place, and you can do it inside your daily page or weekly page, and this link will be collected to the library collection automatically, and so you can have a quick access to it. Yeah, xTiles is much bigger than many of our user things, I think. Yeah, Willow, thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you, Monica. Yep, Fabio, thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of advanced users today. So I hope at least it was useful for some of the new users. But keep in mind that the best part of using collections because you can represent the same content in different ways. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie, so much. Yeah, in my personal case, I always start with the table because I am I'm a visual person as well because I like xTiles, but many years ago I was trying to use Notion, and because they have only databases, I got used to use databases. But to be honest, at my previous working place, I was using a lot of Excel and Google spreadsheets. That's why, I have this kind of I don't know how to say it even correctly, a footprint, I believe. That's why it's convenient for me to use this way. And of course, using tables at first will give you just easier way to create more properties to adjust everything, like statuses, multi-selects, like selects, multi-selects, dates, and so on, so on, so on. So you can create, let's say, some kind of foundation for your collection. And next, it will be just easier for you to maintain, let's say, something like that. Yeah, my brain is wired for tables, but still, I constantly use creative pages where you do not have no tables, like, at all. Yeah. I, like, many years ago, I was looking for some spreadsheets templates, which is a mess. Yep, and the last slide, because I have a, like, a meeting in a couple of minutes, that I want to share with you that we started to create some content. So you do not need to go through like an hour-long webinar to get something new. We will have like a super short videos about some of the parts of xTiles, and as you already know, xTiles is big, so we want to give you like quick insights, and it will be recorded by myself. And because I do not go live inside social media, it will be much easier for me to have like all the content organized better, and without any arms and so on. So yeah, it will be much easier to consume this kind of content, I believe. So yeah. Yes, Willow, amazing suggestion. Don't be afraid. Just try to create another collection, play with it. Maybe, I don't know. You can always delete it, or you can always create another one, or you can use a template. As I mentioned, social media calendar template is amazing. Yeah, all of us will there, unfortunately. Yeah, Fabio, keep in mind your link is waiting. People are waiting. Yeah, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. I don't know, when you talk about collections and all of these features, time flies by. And I just want to thank you all for your amazing support, for your comments, for your questions. And I love to see when we have so powerful users that they know everything, almost everything. So that's nice. Yes, wish lists for shopping and something like that. It's amazing to have. Yeah. Yes. By the way, you can find Fabio inside our Discord community. That's true. Okay, I believe that's it. Need to go, unfortunately. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time. As always, amazing audience. Love you all. Wish you an amazing rest of your day, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you so much, Willow, Stephanie, Marcelo, Fabio, Monica. I don't know, Paula. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you, everybody. If I didn't mention somebody, my apologies. You all are amazing. Love you all, and see you next time. Yeah. Bye bye. Stephanie, by the way, as well. Bye bye.